What if I told you that one of the most mind-bending, creative, and thought-provoking shows ever to grace Netflix was canceled after just one season? That's exactly what happened with The Midnight Gospel, a show that blended surreal animation, existential philosophy, and deep podcast conversation. It was weird, brilliant, and unlike anything else on Netflix, so of course, they canceled it. But why? And what does this say about Netflix's growing problem with axing unique, boundary-pushing shows? If you haven't seen The Midnight Gospel, it was an animated series created by Adventure Time's Pendleton Ward and comedian and podcast host Duncan Trussell. The show follows Clancy, a spacecaster who uses a malfunctioning multiverse simulator to travel to bizarre worlds and interview strange beings, who, by the way, are voiced by real-life guests from Duncan Trussell's podcast, The Duncan Trussell Family Hour. Before The Midnight Gospel graced our screens with psychedelic visuals and profound dialogues, its essence was born from the Duncan Trussell Family Hour, a podcast that has been a beacon for deep, unfiltered conversation since its inception. Launched in 2012, the podcast is the brainchild of comedian and actor Duncan Trussell. The podcast is renowned for its eclectic mix of guests ranging from spiritual leaders and philosophers to fellow comedians and artists. Each episode delves into topics like spirituality, consciousness, death, and the human experience, all interwoven with Duncan's unique brand of humor and curiosity. Over the years, Duncan has conversed with luminaries such as Ram Dass, Jack Kornfield, Dan Harmon, and Caitlin Doughty, exploring the depths of existence and the mysteries of life. The beauty of the podcast lies in its raw, unfiltered nature. Episodes often feel like intimate conversations between friends, offering listeners a chance to eavesdrop on discussions that are both enlightening and entertaining. It's this rich tapestry of dialogues that caught the attention of Pendleton Ward, the creator of Adventure Time. Together, Duncan and Pendleton envisioned a series that would animate those profound conversations, leading to the birth of The Midnight Gospel. The show masterfully blends actual podcast excerpts with vibrant storytelling, creating a unique viewing experience that challenges and delights audiences. What makes The Midnight Gospel special is how it fuses these deeply personal, existential conversations with absurd psychedelic visuals. One moment, Clancy's discussing death, meditation, and the nature of reality, and the next, he's running from a zombie apocalypse or floating through an interdimensional dreamscape. It's equal parts beautiful, bizarre, and profound. The cancellation of The Midnight Gospel isn't just disappointing, it's part of a larger issue. Netflix has become notorious for prioritizing safe content over artistic risk. The platform that once prided itself on pushing boundaries, but now it's all about algorithm-driven decisions, more cookie-cutter content, more generic thrillers, more reality TV, less experimentation. And the problem isn't just losing great shows, it's the chilling effect that this has on creators. If Netflix, one of the biggest streaming platforms, won't invest in artistic, thought-provoking projects, who will? If a show like The Midnight Gospel can't survive, what chance do future weird, wonderful, boundary-pushing ideas have? In June of 2022, Duncan Trussell announced on Twitter that The Midnight Gospel was canceled by Netflix. He expressed his gratitude, stating, "I'm so lucky that the folks at Netflix rolled the dice and let us make such a strange show. They were extremely supportive all the way through, and I'll love them forever for it." Fans were deeply disappointed by the news, and many took to social media platforms like Reddit to voice their frustration and sadness, highlighting the show's unique blend of deep philosophical discussion and vibrant animation. Some initiated petitions and campaigns hoping to persuade Netflix to reconsider, but despite these efforts, the decision will remain unchanged. When shows like The Midnight Gospel are canceled despite their critical acclaim and dedicated fan bases, it sends a message that financial metrics outweigh artistic value. The reliance on algorithms and data-driven decisions can overlook the cultural and emotional impact of a series. Art isn't always about numbers, it's about connection, exploration, and challenging perspectives. For audiences, this trend means fewer opportunities to engage with content that pushes boundaries and offers fresh perspective. It also means that stories exploring the complex themes or unconventional narratives might struggle to find a platform, limiting the diversity of content available.
You look lonely. I can fix that.